Think back to the last time you wrapped up a lesson and the classroom emptied out. You are left standing there, looking at the desks, wondering, did anyone actually understand what I just taught? Usually, the signs of a struggling student are completely silent. Maybe they sit quietly in the back row, they turn their assignments in a few days late, or they just fade out and stop participating completely. But we don't have to stay locked out of that process. We can actually look behind the scenes to see exactly how students interact with the material. This is the core of learning analytics. It is the practice of taking raw, everyday student activity and translating it into concrete insights that guide how you teach. Instead of waiting for a midterm exam to tell you who is falling behind, you use data to monitor how learning is happening in real time, right as the lesson unfolds. This diagram shows what a basic analytics dashboard looks like. We track 4 specific areas: how long students watch a lesson, whether they actually complete the activities, where they stumble on quizzes, and exactly when they drop off. In the past, you had to guess what your classroom needed based on the reactions of a few vocal students. Now, you can look at the whole class and spot clear, undeniable patterns. When you make those invisible behaviors visible, you stop relying on gut feelings. You start making your critical classroom decisions based on hard evidence. This evidence is especially vital in online learning environments, where a confused student often looks exactly like a quiet student. The data points directly to the answers you need most. It identifies which specific lesson proved too difficult, and precisely which students require additional support to catch up. That shifts your entire approach. You move from reactive teaching, putting out fires after a bad test, to responsive teaching, where you adjust your methods on the fly. This retention chart shows a massive drop at the midpoint, where half the class stopped watching. That plunge suggests the video is too long, or the explanation was confusing. Armed with this knowledge, you step in, clarify the topic, and retention arcs upward. By catching those drops in engagement early, you make immediate micro-adjustments. You clear up the confusion before it snowballs into failure by the end of the unit. You might assume that gathering this kind of insight requires a complex software system. It doesn't. This radar chart plots 4 progression signals available in any digital classroom: quiz results, assignment submissions, discussion participation, and lesson completion. This clear map shows precisely where students are cruising along and exactly where they are getting stuck. Once you locate those exact friction points, your next planning step writes itself. You know exactly what needs reviewing tomorrow morning. Practical learning analytics is simply the habit of reading those basic signals to plan your lessons with precision. While finding those broad classroom trends is helpful, the real value of data comes when we apply it to the individual student. This scatter plot categorizes your students' data into 3 distinct groups. It separates out those who need a quick word of encouragement, those who require a thorough re-explanation, and those who are moving fast and are ready for advanced tasks. You no longer have to teach to the middle of the room, delivering the exact same lesson to everyone. You can respond to what each specific student actually needs in that moment. When you tailor your response like that, learning outcomes improve across the entire cohort. The struggling students catch up, and the advanced students stay challenged. These data points reflect the actual experience of your learners, showing you exactly where they are thriving and where they are hitting walls. Paying attention to these patterns allows you to adjust your lessons earlier, provide highly targeted support, and watch student engagement naturally rise. Superior teaching eliminates guesswork. You observe what your students are actually experiencing and respond with exactly what they need, exactly when they need it.